All right. All right. So we back, man. We back. We back. We back. All right, man. This is Millennials Lead the Way. I'm back here with another update. And as you guys can see, it might be the last update. Now, this update, man, I'm going to talk about a lot of things. And this update might serve more as a rant than it will an update. But it won't be like I won't bash this company. What I'm going to try to do in this update is explain what my intent is going forward, right? And to kind of set the standard for most companies structured in this way going forward. Because while it is clear that Fundrise kind of leads the way in these types of platforms, they're not invincible. And I'm gonna kind of show you that here in a bit in this Reddit thread. So let's just. I'm gonna try to keep this on track, and I'm gonna try to keep us focused. So, our millennials lead the way. I started this channel kind of showing you my investing accounts. Fundrise has been one of those accounts that I've been doing updates on for, I don't know, 4, maybe 5 years now. And a lot of y'all have seen my journey with Fundrise. Some of y'all have been with me from the start, and you've and maybe you've watched every single update. And today, you're kind of seeing where my account is. All right. So my account value sits at 2,500 right now. And that's mainly due because I thought I took all of it out, but apparently I didn't. I don't think you can take money out of the innovation fund, and I thought I had took everything out of the flagship, but at this point, it's whatever. I got the majority of my income out, or my money out. Right, and I'm putting it towards something that is going to maintain momentum. Speaking of momentum, if you guys have been with Fundrise this year, or even since mid last year, maybe the beginning of last year, but mainly this year, right? We're going to talk about this year. I don't know how it's possible where your account can do absolutely nothing in 6 months. And this is one of the many reasons of I thought I understood how Fundrise worked, but I'm starting to understand I have absolutely no clue on how this company works. And what I'm gonna say, because while I don't have proof, I can only assume that Ben Miller, the CEO, and maybe even other the board directors, watch my videos, right? And I don't need them to respond to validate that, right? I don't need any other larger YouTuber to respond to validate that people watch my videos. That's the beauty about YouTube. People can like silently watch you, right? Um, I think, yeah, ninja watching, right? You're just silently watching. Like that person, like that's like when you get a bunch of people in a group chat and you accidentally added somebody to the group chat that wasn't supposed to be there. And instead of just leaving the group chat, they just say nothing and they just listen. That's kind of how I see YouTube, right? You can just listen and not say anything, right? So, but I think Ben listens to my videos, and I don't have anything against Ben. Um, it's just clear that my interest and the company interest no longer align, right? Maybe back in 2017 we aligned, and even for a couple years, man, even through 2020, our interests aligned, right? So much that I was willing to double it up. But I can't say that today, man. Right? Looking at the actions that Fundrise has taken, and again, right, and this is just my opinion, bro. I'm not the CEO of Fundrise. And for all I know, bro, I couldn't possibly understand what it takes to run a company of that magnitude. But I get a vote too, man. Because it was my money that I put into this company that helped build it into the titan that it is. And I told you guys a long time ago, man. I'm not the only one with this amount of money in this account. I'm just the only asshole that decided to get on YouTube and talk about it. Right? I didn't need proof to know that other people were adding this type of money. Right? And I'm telling you, that is the power of YouTube. You don't know who's watching you, which means you can assume everybody's watching you. And all it takes is for one asshole to take that risk to throw in some heavy cash for other people to take that step to do the same. And now we see, for some reason, there's people that would rather show their account here on Reddit versus on YouTube. I can't find it, but there's quite a few of these dudes on here, man, that show like just these large ass accounts, bro. Like I'm telling you, man, like I'm not the only person, bro, that like invest a large sum of money. I can't find it, man. Like the fucking goddamn shit disappeared. But there's quite a few heavy hitters, man, that are putting in, heavy cash. But that's not the main reason I wanted to talk about the Reddit. Reddit just proved that I wasn't the only person throwing in a lot of money. That's all it did. What I will say though, right, is what else that proves is it tells me that I'm no longer important to the company. Right? Because when you get a lot of people that are throwing in the type of cash that I was throwing in, they can then take that to a bank, which they took it to a bank like Wells Fargo. One of the probably worst corrupt financial firms in this country. You can pull up article after article after article of the schemes, lies, and just blatant fucking breaking of the law. Right? Time and time again, they were charged with penalties. Insider trading. All types of debauchery, bro. You can even find some accusations of racism, bro. Only choosing to give loans to certain people. Giving higher interest loans to other people. But You guys know me. I don't care about the whole racism thing. It is what it is. I don't use debt, so it's not my fucking problem what a bank decides to lend to a black person versus a white person. If you were debt free, it wouldn't fucking matter. All right? So I could care less about racism. I don't need a bank. Right? If I want to go get something, I'll just take my fucking money, right? And I will go get what I want. So, but we're gonna try to stay on track. Stay on track. I'm not the only person that puts this amount of money in. So what does this mean? This means Fundrise can take it to a bank and they can say, hey, look, we got a bunch of slaves. We got a bunch of investors that is giving us this monthly income, right? You all went up here and you said, hey, listen, we're going to do these automatic deposits. And I did the same. But little do we know, right? That is a tool. That's an asset. You could put that on one of these million fucking charts that 100 of these software engineers create to say, hey, listen, this is projected what this company is worth. This is what we're going to make. And this is why you see Fundrise borrowing all this money. You might ask, all right, bro, well, what's the big deal? Right? You need money to go buy fucking that shit, guys. Well, what this means is Fundrise is no longer accountable to us, the everyday investor, me and you. They have to answer to the bank now. I could probably argue they never answered to me and you. Right? Some of y'all were putting fucking chump change in your account. It is what it is. Like I said, it is what it is. But, you know, in 2017, this platform looked a lot different. They actually used to have a tab, or maybe it was at the bottom somewhere, and it showed a list of all the institutional investors. Right? Their face kind of appeared like this up in the bubble. It just had their face and it had their name at the bottom of it. Right? And it was like a long line of them. Maybe 5 or so columns. Luckily, I took a screenshot of that picture. Now, granted, I'll never post that shit on the internet again. Right? This ain't about them. This is mainly for me, for my awareness. And I take my time and I dive into deep research on every single one of them. But they never answered to us, really. Right? But what this does now, right, is because they are so far separated from the average everyday investor, we're starting to see it reflect in the account. And who knows, bro, who knows? Maybe I am completely wrong about all this shit. To be honest, that is a failure on Fundrise's part. I've said this before. It ain't my job to do the convincing. That is Fundrise's job. Fundrise, it is your job to inform me, to educate me, to keep me at your level. Because if you leave me behind, you get what happens here on Reddit. Right? I'm not going to go over each individual comment, bro, but you can go over some of these comments, man. You can tell shit gets real when Ben has to address some of these comments. Right? I don't know. Every once in a while, you get a guy that gets up here and he says something that sparks a fire in people. And what's going to happen in Fundrise, right? And this is just my opinion, is Fundrise is going to create two types of people. You're going to create this cult-like environment where you get, and I'm not even going to show the guy on here. There's a person on here that is the biggest fan. I'm talking about Fundrise can do no evil in this person's eyes. And the funny part is about it, Ben won't even acknowledge this fucking Looney Tune. And then you're going to have the other end of it, where you're going to have people that will criticize, and criticize. And you're going to have some of them that start to dig deep, right? They're going to make it their life purpose to dig as deep as they can into Fundrise and find something. They're going to find what they need. And, Ben has a pretty difficult choice to make. And who knows? Maybe he might not do nothing. Maybe he might just let it ride out, see what happens. But I don't think this is going to disappear. I think it's just going to get more intense. Either way, it's affecting the returns. Reflecting returns, man. And you don't just have to look at my account. Again, bro, there's people showing their accounts on here. Right? People with the same amount of money in here, bro. People left. See, I took out my money, bro. I took out 360. It wasn't even 360 when I took it out. It fucking dropped. Right? But I took that money out, bro, before I lost it all. Some people left it in. There's some of y'all. There's some of y'all that threw it all into that IPO. So, God bless, my man. And listen, bro, for some of y'all that are just like, oh, you were promoting this company the whole time. Yeah, I had a bunch of fucking money. I had as much money as here than that you owe to a bank. You remember, I always say this to y'all, man, to kind of keep y'all attached to reality, right? Some of y'all owe $300,000 to a bank. Some of you will die with this money, owing this money. I could argue when you die, you won't even be allowed in heaven because this debt's going to follow you there. Right? And you can't prove me otherwise because you haven't been. So, so I don't want to hear it, man. But, long story short, man, I took this money out. Now, what I believe what was the final blow to the gut is, and I'm sure a lot of y'all felt this same blow, and it just so happened to be the largest amount, right, that did not come in. Now, granted, I have this money now, but all this got paid, maybe the following day. And they didn't give this, at least I didn't get this till after I didn't get this till like the 5th. This didn't show up in my account till like the 5th. Right? So it kind of put me in a real tight spot, man. And it sucked. It really sucked. So it is what it is, man. I was one final blow to the gut before I got up out of here. And hey, listen, that proves one more thing. There's a lot of people jumping ship. I'm not going to sit here and tell you what to do. I only show my results. What you do is up to you. I've told you constantly that every YouTuber is entertainment. We all give opinions. Nothing more, nothing less. Whatever happens to you, you cannot hold me liable. You cannot hold me liable for it. You can't hold your favorite YouTuber liable for it. Right? All them damn YouTubers that convinced you to go into FTX are still up there making videos. Right? A lot of you clowns were trying to talk shit about them in the comment section, and YouTube made your comment disappear. The YouTuber ain't make it disappear. YouTube made you fucking disappear. Right? So, you ain't holding nobody accountable over here, bro. If you want to hold somebody accountable, go to, like, Google itself. Hold Google accountable. All right? We know what Google tries to push. I was debating on whether I wanted to tell you guys what Google decided to put inside my recommendation. And it wasn't even my recommendation. I wasn't signed in. But long story short, it was porn. Right? It was a dude doing some debauchery, bro. And I wasn't signed in. But this is just some of the many things that Google has been doing. Right? I told y'all I was gonna kind of go off ship on this, man. I'm trying to stay focused. But doesn't matter, man. This is gonna be my last update. For I don't know how long. Right? Obviously I don't really have much in the company. I will say this chart looks kind of weird. You know, it looked kind of weird before because I didn't have my money in, but now like I don't know why it's doing that. Like I'm not like how am I negative? Like look, it says like I'm negative. So that's probably something they just got to fix with the software. I don't think it's a big problem. Like it ain't the end of the world, bro. Like I said, I'm not here to bash Fundrise. I'm just here to kind of tell you guys, man. And this is for companies that kind of want to resemble what Fundrise does. It's important for you to keep your investors up to date, up to speed, and to educate them. You have to educate them. You need to dedicate a fucking department that is set to educate investors on what you are doing. Not what everybody else is doing. Hey, listen, this is what we are doing. This is how this works. Right? And I think a lot of these companies are afraid to do that for some fucking reason. Right? You're not doing some type of insider fucking trading. You're just showing us how it works. Because with understanding, then you won't have a lot of like open space for debate. The only reason this fucking Fundrise thread exists is because, dude, there's too much left in the open. You guys are not explaining to investors how things work. Right? When you decide to bring the common folk in, us fucking peasants in, you gotta explain to us. You gotta break it down. You gotta have these open panels. Let people ask the questions. And it doesn't need to be the CEO, man. Make it be somebody else that's good at doing it. And maybe the CEO jumps in every once in a while. Right? Like, what's the worst that can happen of you teaching us how this whole investment works? What, you think one of us is going to start our own fucking company? Listen, bro, this account is proof that we're not willing to go that far. I'm going to tell you right now, bro, I ain't willing to go that far. I'm not starting up a fucking, real estate fund. Or maybe you might have one or two guys that try and do it. But we're in an age where we're moving so quick, bro. Like, you've already conquered that space. So, I don't know, man. They put out these little updates right here, bro, and it's like, okay, bro, okay, well, what does this tell us, right? You can tell whoever made this, bro, like they're getting sloppy with it, man. They're not explaining nothing in this, bro. Nothing. They ain't explaining nothing in this. Yeah. Even when you look at the returns, man. The returns say it all, bro. And bro, all these are getting closed, man. All these are closed. Closed. Bro, you can't. Bro, they all closed, my man. So, this is my favorite one right here. Boy, hey, listen, bro. Listen. Y'all already know how I felt about this one, bro. And, bro, I think Fundrise pulled the okie doke on us with this one. And again, Fundrise, it's not my fault that you have failed to educate. Right? The only thing I've been hearing from you is long-term investment. This is a long-term investment. I want you to wait 20 fucking years. I want you to wait a life sentence. Even though I know things can change in a year. We can do a 180 based on the president election. But I want you to take the risk and leave your money here for 20 years. Right? And maybe I won't fucking destroy society with the AI I've invested in. Maybe I won't force you into a certain community because I own a good majority of the real estate. Maybe I won't just sell Fundrise to BlackRock. But here's the crazy part, man. Even if all that was true, and Fundrise said, hey, at the end of it, your account will quadruple, I'd still take it. But that's not the case, right? What it looks like to me, in my opinion, is you're going to give these companies all this money. They're going to become another powerhouse, and you're going to get thrown to the side. Just my opinion. Right? Your shit's going to fucking stall out. Or do absolutely nothing. Bro, look at this. Look at this, man. Look at this. Look at this. This is wild, bro. This is wild. But I already know how it goes, man. There's some of y'all right now that's defending it. There's some of y'all right now that you're gonna say, hey, you don't understand real estate. That's cool, bro. It's still my money. I can do what I want with it. And this was my choice. Good luck in whatever it is you do, right? I'm not wishing bad on anybody. I'm not wishing bad on Fundrise. The only thing that happened here is our interests are not aligned anymore, right? I personally do not believe Fundrise is putting the investor first. My opinion. All right? So I think this is it, bro. This is it, man. Or at least for a while, right? Until something change, right? I mean, they got a lot to prove to kind of get my money back in here. But I learned a lot from it, man. I learned a lot in how these companies can potentially turn out, right? More in that sense, right? Not necessarily from like real estate, but more of as these companies get more larger, as they become more powerful, what direction are they going to take? Are they still going to be for the little guy that helped them? Or are they going to completely fuck us over, say, hey, you know what? I belong to these banks now. You guys can kick rocks. I'm going to stall you out until most of you leave, and then I'm going to go do what I want to do. So who knows, man? Who knows, man? Maybe I'm with another company kind of structured like this, Energia. And who knows, man? Maybe in like 7-10 years, maybe, you know, they start going down the same route. You know? Hopefully I make some money for it before they do. I do believe that Energia is learning from the mistakes of that Fundrise is currently making. And I see them kind of adjusting for that. But this isn't an Energia Fundrise thing. This is, hey, I'm no longer with the company. Our interests don't align. The returns don't align. I'm out. Right? It's as simple as that. So, usually I would say some spice at the end, but I don't really have spice really. I plan on making like a whole separate video for my spice. That one's coming up here pretty soon. So, but I'm not gonna say it at the end of this, right? It's been good, man. It's been good making these updates. Um, Again, man, I've literally watched this company grow, man. I've watched them grow into the powerhouse that they are today, and who knows, man? They still might go, man. They still might go ahead. They still might excel. I'm not wishing bad on them, you know. I'm sure Ben Miller has gone through something like this before. It's not really a big deal. Again, he has some pretty heavy hitters on the team, right? I already told you his CFO used to work under the flag post, right? So who knows, man? Maybe they got a little bit of insider stuff going on. I don't know. I don't know. Doesn't matter because it's not like it's gonna affect my fucking returns anyway. So yeah, you guys see my decision, and that is it. And who knows, man? Maybe if something changes in my personal life, like my career wise, then maybe I'll come back. But if I do come back, it'll be specific focused. I'm not going into a bunch of funds. I'm probably just gonna go into one fund. But I don't know. We'll come across that when we get there. So this is all I got, man. This one's probably long. I don't know how long this video is. Probably as long as the other ones. But that's about it, man. I'll probably upload this tomorrow or tonight. And yeah, man, if you got questions, hit me up. And look at this Fundrise thread, or look at this thread, bro. Usually, I remember there was videos where I would tell you don't look at them. But, bro, they going ham in here, bro. They are going fucking ham in here. And Ben has a choice. He can either let it ride, or he can cut that shit off, which I think will open up all types of skepticism. Or he can let these fucking heathens in here run free, man. So yeah, I think that's about it, man. That's all I got, bro. All right, millennials lead the way.